Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is not financial advice. I just hope a bunch of other miss baby because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, then you're not gonna buy the dip, and then you're gonna sell low and be right back here crying to me, and I'm not having that. So if you can't do the heat, you already know what time it is, baby. Consider investing in index funds. So now, let's be clear, family. I want to show you two things. I just thought about it. I'm sitting right here and I'm thinking like, yo, there are two things that I want to show the family. First of all, let us know where you're from in the comments. Let us know where you're from in the comments. Drop one of Funkmaster Flex, DJ Clue Bombs. You already know what time it is. Let us know. I see Colorado is in the building. Palm Beach is in the building. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Now, I got to go to Keenan's Trades. So if I get into a trade, understand my Discord family, I post my entries on to Keenan's Trades. I will talk you through it, right? I'm not telling you to buy it, hold it, or sell it. I actually encourage you to take the classes. Take the classes, take the quizzes, take the reviews so that you could learn how to enter. Now, what I'm going to do here, as everybody who else, or everybody here, you already know what time it is. I'm going to chart everything up for us. For those of you that are new, shout out to my new people. Shout out to everybody here that's new, and shout out to everybody here that's been here too. We got to do the charts. We got to go through it like normal. And if I see a price I like, I strike. And if I don't, I pass on the play. We got to make sure that we are being responsible in 2023, the same way that we were being responsible in 2022. I see Nashville in the building. You say Yuba City, that's different. That's a new one for me, big dog. That's straight up. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. This is what I'm gonna talk about, but hold up. Just give me a second. Right? Shout out to my guy though for this. We got to really share this one. But it's something else too that I want to show you. And I've shown you in the past, right? This is not anything new. But I know we got new people here who need to see it, right? So that's actually important to me. Hit the like button as you roll in. Let me know where you're from in the comments. You already know what time it is. I'm going to go back to that, but I'm just trying to get this screenshot real quick. It's actually pinned in Keenan's Trades. That's where I found it. That's where I found it. It's pinned in Keenan's Trades. So now, let me save this real quick and send both of them. You've seen the second one. It's the allocation list. And I really want you to just be on point this year. So I'm trying to give you literally all of the resources possible to dominate 2023 in ways that you have not dominated 2022. We got Singapore in the building, New Orleans in the building, UK. I want to say Haro or Hero. Let me know how you say that, family. I have never heard that said out loud. You got to educate your boy. Shout out to my people over the pond. So it's this allocation list, right? Okay, so we got to talk about this, family. I need you to dominate in 2023. That's really important to me, to see you killing it. All right, so now let's get to it, family. We got Oregon in the building. Let's go. Tulsa, Oklahoma in the building. Yo, I'm telling you, let's see it. Oakland, California, Alaska. Here we go. Ohio, Van Wert, Ohio. My dogs. I see you. I see you. El Paso, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio, Singapore, Orlando. We in the building. Morning, yo. Eugene, Oregon, we here. Let's get it. I love it. Memphis in the building. Philly, baby. I see you, Mississippi. Oh, yeah. Cali is in the building. New York. Hey, Pennsylvania in the building. I'm getting to know the family, baby. Listen, I wish I could shake your hand because you already know what time it is, family. We here to grow. We here to learn. We here to run our lives like a business. We here to be prepared and not surprised. What are the 5 Ps? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And that's what we're going to do today. Louisiana in the building. Yeah, here we go. Happy New Year, family. Let's go. We got Nova Scotia, Canada in the house. We got West Texas, South Florida, Atlanta, Tampa, Florida. I see you. I see you, big dogs. I see you, Palm Beach. I see you. I see you. Let's go. Now, family, let's take a look at a few things real quick, right? I want you to just really remember, because you got to understand how is my brain operating right now? You know what I'm saying? Because I told you time and time again. I told you time and time again, and I'm going to tell you again because I need to beat this into your head. It sounds crazy, but it just needs to happen. And let's get back to the basics. 98% of traders are not profitable. That's a lot, family. If you had 100 people in a room, you will be safe to say basically everybody in this room is not a profitable trader. Trading and investing is different. Investing, you plant a seed, you let it grow. You might DCA into that. A trade, you get in, you get up, get out. That's different. You will lose sometimes. Let's always remember that. Since losing is ever present, you want to make sure that you lose small. How do you lose small? You must use a stop loss. Do not get into any trade without a stop loss. And how I do it is 5 to 10%. And now, I want to go over here and show you something real quick. I got to read this to you because it really hit the nail on the head for me, right? And I've been talking about this, but now, options. I keep options. Let's call it 5% of my portfolio totally, right? There's always going to be somebody who don't listen, right? Who don't listen, and that's goofy. That's goofy. But what you got to do is you got to keep your options allocations kind of small. And the reason for that is so you could understand that it's a high risk thing and you can learn how to do it well. So then once you increase and you starting to win a lot, then you're going to naturally have more money. So then the 5% is going to be more. So it's like this, 5% of $100, right? Let's say you got $100 to invest. You say, okay, I'm only going to do options for $5. I know it sounds small, but I just need you to follow me on the numbers so you can understand how important it is to really exercise restraint and discipline, because it's the discipline that helps me to win. This is what separates me apart from others, the discipline, right? So now 5%. Now, let's say you grow your investments, you get to 1,000. Now 5% is $50, but you're still using the discipline. So now I want to read this, and I want to give a shout out to my dog because I really appreciate this. He said this, and if you ain't paying attention and you're doing something else, I want you to listen to this because this is very important for all options traders. Now, he said this, I was ready to give up on options trading. The past couple of weeks, my account just kept going down. He said, I didn't know why. I thought I was doing everything right, but I wasn't. I was just in a rush to make money. The greed set in, and I was only absorbing half of what Keenan was saying. So I slowed my roll. I watched Keenan's live streams over and over and over and over. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but this is his experience, and I just want to share it with you. And he said, it finally hit me. And this is the important part. Let me even blow this up so you can see it even better. This is the important part where it starts with my name. It says, Keenan is teaching a strategy with a strict set of rules to follow in order to be profitable. That's important. Keenan is teaching a strategy with a strict set of rules to follow in order to be profitable. Now, we know most people aren't profitable. The high majority of them are not. So in order to be profitable, we got to step aside and be different from them. We don't want to be like the majority of people trading options because they're not profitable. Why are they not profitable? Because they don't understand that you will lose sometimes. They think it's like a up in the air 50-50. You either going to lose it all or gain it all. No. You say, all right, I will lose sometimes. So I need to get in control of that. So instead of thinking of yourself like an options trader, I need you to think of yourself like a risk manager. That's really what you're doing here. Now, I know it sounds kind of different. You're like, yo, risk manager, I'm trading options. What do you mean? This means that your goal is to not lose. And if your goal is to not lose, and you will lose sometimes, but you want to limit it. What I mean by not lose is your goal is to keep your losses very small. Let's take a look. I told you this. The reason we have to do this is because technical analysis works 70% of the time because of two factors. Those of you that took the classes, you know this. The first factor is, well, actually it's news and manipulation, right? How do these things manifest themselves? In false breakouts, that means it's breaking through resistances and it looks like it's about to run. And how else? False breakdowns. False breakouts and false breakdowns. Your technical analysis is not going to work all of the time because of these things. These are fake signals seeming true. Fake signals that seem true. How do these things happen? There's news, there's manipulation. These are two of the main reasons that these things happen. So I'll show you. And again, you should have taken a class at this point, but false breakouts and false breakdowns. If you're trying to play a breakout and it don't break out, what's going on? It's a false breakout. This is going to get you kicked out of your stop loss. If you're trying to play a breakdown and it don't break down, you in a put, it's going to get you kicked out of your stop loss, right? So now, I know all of these things. That's why I got at the very top. So I could think like this before I go and enter my trades. So then when we go to the trades, the receipts. Shout out to the receipts. Shout out to the receipts. You can see the ocean of green. And then there's a few red in there. Because you will lose sometimes. Even with all of your risk management, even with everything that's happening, you will lose sometimes. But I'm you know what I'm saying? Trading with the chart and now with my heart. So then some days I see no signal to trade. None, zero. So then I won't trade. But it doesn't happen all of the time, but it does happen. No clear signals. But then most of the time, boom, boom, boom. And then every now and again, you're going to get a day where your options is going crazy. Look, 3,000, 16,000, 1,200, right? You get days where your options are going crazy, 1,400. And some days you're going to get little baby wins, right? If I'm willing to trade 5,000 and then I make 250 in a day, comparatively speaking, you could argue that that's a little baby win compared to what I'm willing to trade, right? But a win is a win. And that's what we're looking for in 2023. So now understand all of what I'm saying here, right? So now let's get over here. Let's just finish this out and let's get back to the charts. So then he said this, my first mistake was not using stop losses. Understand me. Do not get into any trade if you are not using stop losses, family. Only trade if you are using stop losses. In my personal opinion, you have to, right? Because you would just make yourself susceptible to news catalysts and manipulation and false breakouts and false breakdowns. So stop losses are vital to protect your account. So go and learn how to use it. If you don't know how to use a stop loss on your app that you're using, go to the Discord, let's say a general chat, and type how to stop loss. And then a bot is going to respond to you and send you all kind of links. If somebody already did it, just use theirs. You don't got to spam it. So now stop losses are vital to protect your account, right? And can be used strategically to make a substantial profit, right? And he said Friday was good for him and he bought his account back in 2 trades. Glad he didn't give up. I don't want you to give up, everybody, for real. That's what I'm saying. Happy New Year's, and let's start it off right. So now let's get to the charts. You never want to rush. For those of you that are new here, you know what, I guess you don't know what time it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the SPY, right? Let me move myself a little bit so we can see a little bit better. Let me try to angle this out so you can see it. Okay, cool. So we're looking at the SPY. Since we're trying to get in, get up, and get out, we want to trade on a 30-minute time frame. So, okay, we're going to use a series of lines. Some of them are blue. Some of them are red and green. Remember, a specific strategy, right? This is specific. This is not guesswork or anything like that. So then when I watch other YouTubers, and they never really do ever trade on a live stream, they're going to tell you about it after, right? But when I do, or if I ever did see them try to trade, I want to ask myself, what are they trading? Are they trading breakouts? Are they trading continuations of trends or whatever, right? Now, what we're going to do is this. We're going to go and we're going to add in our lines. So I'm going to move them. And let me just expand this up real quick. Never feel like you have to rush. Never, ever feel like you have to rush. If you have to rush, just know you're rushing to lose money. That's how it goes. It's as simple as that. So we're going to zoom out some, and we're going to use the MACD and the RSI as well. And then we're going to put all of these lines. Let's just start from the top like we always do, right? Let's start from the top. I'm going to delete these, but I'm going to keep the words. So if you want to come back and watch this video as to how we setting up the technical analysis on this, then this is the part, maybe in like 1 minute from now, where you'll start it. So I'm going to use these words because these are what I want. These are my signals right here as to how I should behave. And I'm not telling you how to behave. I can't give financial advice legally. I'm not your financial advisor. But this is how I get down, and this is how I make myself among that 2% of profitable traders. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to open up the extended hours so it can look like it normally looks. Market's open, we're coming down, right? Now we got our chart looking how we like it to look. I'm going to go to the 30-minute time frame real quick. The black space here is the market being open. You can see the spies coming down. The gray space is the closed market, right? Pre-market, aftermarket. And I'm going to go to the 30-minute real quick because I want to just get a bigger view and see what's going on, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to get my regular call and regular put area. My regular call and my regular put area. Excuse me. So my regular call area, you could argue that is 836, right? You could argue that. I'm sorry, I said 386. You could argue that. But I'm going to put our green line here. Let me zoom out a little bit more. I'm on a 30-minute interval, 30-minute time frame. Let me try to zoom this out too so you can see my time frames. I want you to be able to see that. So on the bottom, you can see it all the way on the bottom of the screen. You should be able to see it. It's a 30-minute. What I look for is either yesterday's peak or I look for the pre-market peak or aftermarket peak. And I'm seeing that all the way up here, right? It's all the way up at 836. So let's just put it there. This is when we pass this level, it's very likely that what we're going to see is the news, the FOMO buyers, everybody, oh man, the recession is over, right? You want to be in calls. That don't mean that none of that is true, but this is how everybody's going to feel. And then that'll pump the market up more likely than not, right? So this is a normal entry on a call. You want to get into a call, ride the wave. Remember, it's not an investment, it's a trade. That's when I personally will put a 10% stop loss, normal entry on a trade. So remember, I'm on a 30-minute just so I can see more of the chart. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put my red line in. And if you appreciate this, family, again, you know, hit the like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my red line. And I'm going to look for either yesterday's pre-market or aftermarket. Where's the low? And then I'm going to look for yesterday's, you know what? It's not in the pre-market aftermarket. It's actually yesterday at 7 or 3. I keep saying the second number first, 378. So this is my red line, right? Oh man, this is the worst market since June. This is the worst market since blah, 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 2023. 2020, blah, blah, blah. This is the worst market ever. That's when you start hearing that, when the stock breaks down under there. And when that happens, you would prefer to be in put options with all of that negativity, right? Because you can make money on the way down. So now we have our main channel. So for my people who don't like risks, who it has been too hot in the kitchen, what I want you to consider, and I see the headphones rolling in, what I want you to consider is to only trade on your green and red lines. Only trade on the green and red lines. Remember, we're looking for confirmation. Confirmation means a candle that is living above the line. A candle living above the line is confirmation. Not a candle that is on the line. A candle that is on the line has not confirmed yet. A candle above the line has. This doesn't mean that it will work 100% of the time. We know. So we keep our 10% stop loss. So now we got our normal entry and our other one too. So now we're going to do our blue short-term entry on a call. And it looks like we're approaching that level. So the reason we do this is because check this. All of my people who might have just jumped into a call or put option because you've seen it going red, you're not listening to the charts because you didn't set it up. You just trading with your heart, right? We want to trade with the charts. So now, how do I make this blue line? Let me delete it and then get it back real quick because I'm looking at potentially entries on early calls, just so you know. So now, I look for where the newest candle is. Where's the current candle? It's right here. So then what I want to do is get what I call a local high and a local low. So this is the candle. I'm looking for the top locally, like AKA around it. So I go and get my blue line. And I'm looking for my early entry on a put or on a call. So now I would argue that it's about right here. You see this candle wick right here? Now you're going to find a little more resistance up here. But candle wick, this would be an early entry on a call. You're more likely than not to get kicked out of the early entries on a call. It happens a lot, right? So if you've been getting smoked all 2022 on your options, be more patient and wait for the red and the green on your own chart. So now, since we're looking to approach the early entry on a call, what I'm going to do is I'm opening up my trading account I didn't do the second blue line yet, but I want to be ready in case something happens because we're very close to it, right? It is an early entry. This is not a normal entry if I did. And I will be looking at the 385. However, we're so close to it that it might be priced more than I want it to be. So we might have to change the date. So I'm going to the SPY right now. And okay, it cooled off for a second. So now what I can do is this. I can put my other line in. So I'm looking for my other blue line. I'm looking for a local. So this is the price action right here where it's moving. I'm looking for a local low. And that's about right here. Right? It's about right here. So our local high is about right here. Our local low is about right here. This would be an early entry on a put. Remember, when you go early, you're taking a higher risk. If you've been getting smoked all 2023, or you're not quick enough to put your stop loss on 5% immediately, then you just got to be more patient. That's important. You want to be more patient. So now, I'm on the 30-minute, but let me go to the 5. Good point. Good point. But it's all still basically the same. It's all still basically the same. Because the numbers don't change. What changes is just the candles that I'm looking at. So you can do it on a 5, you can do it on a 30, but the numbers are the same. But now we can just see it. We can see it better. Or more, let's call it granularly. These Invisaligns don't want me saying that word. Granularly. When we look at it on the 5-minute, because we don't want to be in this long. You could trade on a 30-minute. You could trade on an hour. You could trade on a 4-hour. It's always about increments of time in which you want to be in. So like my guy said earlier, Keenan is looking at a specific strategy and sticking to it, right? I'm sticking to it. If I get kicked out and my stop loss tell me, nah, man, not today, not this entry you tried, then I'm like, accept it. I just accept it. That's how I'm a profitable trader. That's how you can see me do it on the live stream. I know that I'm not going to win every single one, but I know that if I keep my emotions out of it, I trade with the chart, now in my heart. I have a plan because proper preparation prevents poor performance. I don't have to really think anymore. I did all of the thinking up front. What do I mean by that? My stop loss is going to stop me from losing more than 5 to 10% on the blue lines if I decide to get in early. If I get in on a normal one, past the green, it'll be 10%. So then that's how I'm rocking out. So now let me go to the options and let's see. If we look at the 385 right now for expiration today, I was looking at the one expiration tomorrow, but since we're so close to 385 now, it has since went up, right? Let me just try to expand this a little bit more. All right. So now I'm just waiting for my charts to tell me, oh yeah, man, come on. This is a good one. Hold up. Did I lose my early entry? No, my normal entry on a put. Where's that? There it is. Way down. My normal entry on a put. So now we're in the blue. We're in the blue gamble zone. In between these two is the gamble zone, but I'm looking for early entry on a call. Right? Because we're headed towards that, and it's telling me to be looking at calls. So I'm looking at today, 385 if we pass it. Okay. So now I'm going and looking at the 389 call for today. I did not buy it, but I'm looking at it. 389 call. So I do have somewhere to be after the live stream. So I might play a little hotter today. I gotta go get a haircut, family. That's why I've been wearing a hat in the videos. I gotta get a fade. So now I'm looking at the early entry on a call. Why? I'm not looking at puts yet because I'm trying to play a breakout, right? Remember, if you trade on the line, that's not really confirmation. Confirmation lives above lines. Confirmation lives above lines. So you see how I was kind of rejecting right here? Because we knew the sellers were there. This is why we put the line there. So when I have you go and look at a peak, what I'm really having you do is find the sellers. I didn't really tell you that, but that's really what you're doing, right? You're going to finding the sellers because sellers create the peaks. They say, oh yeah, I'm taking profit here. So now it's at 25, 24. It's at 24, 25. Okay, so I'm going to try to get some of these at about 25. Now she's starting to pump. I was trying to get in that one I told you, the 385. No, what is it? 389, January 3rd expiration. She's starting to pump up a little bit. So I didn't get in at 25. It didn't fill. But now she at 30. But you see how we started to live above it and I was looking for it? So now we're at 31, 33. Yo, she is pumping, man. Jeez. Pumping. She is pumping. I did want to get in on that 25, but I missed it. It happens. If you a trader, you know, sometimes you'll miss your entry, but you still can look for entry. But sometimes you'll miss the one that you were trying to get. It's just it's a part of the game, especially if you can read the charts. And I don't want to FOMO in, but the RSI is not oversold at all. Okay. She came down to about 33-ish. Right now, 32. 33 again. 34, 35. She's pumping, family. She's pumping. 36. Yeah, she's going. Man, I wish I would have gotten on that 25. I tried to enter. But I won't FOMO in. I'll chill. Happy New Year's. Robinhood does have the January 3rd. You got to open it up more. So go with the Mohawk. Go with the Mohawk. Nah, I'm chill. So if you did decide to get in, you still need your 5% stop loss because we're in the range of the 5% stop loss range. What I want this to do is to kind of like turn around a little bit. Like the sellers try to take profit on this huge jump. Man, that's a crazy jump. I was so close to getting in on that 25. You see me try. It just didn't fill. She didn't fill. I'm hurt. But I'm still looking for entry. 389, January 3rd. 389, January 3rd. Expiration. Call. That's what I'm looking at. Not saying that you should buy it. That's what I'm looking to enter. And I'll post it to Keenan's Trades once I finally get in. I tried to get in on the 25, but now she at 37. She ran up. The RSI is not overdone right now. It's at 67, so it's getting high, but it's not there. I'm seeing some sell orders come in on the, all right, it's 36 now. So the sellers are trying to push it down a little bit more. 35, 34. 34 is a little bit of a battle for it. 33. Okay. Maybe I'll get in. All right, we're at 32. I'm going to try to see what I can do right here. 33. She's at 30. She's coming back down to pick us up. Remember, I was telling you, we don't FOMO in. Okay, she's back to the 20 range. She's back to the 20 range. 26. We still got the sellers here. You see why you don't FOMO in? 25. The sellers is pushing her and pushing her and pushing her. This is, again, why I tell you that you get your 5% stop loss just so you can be prepared and not surprised. She's at 23 now, 21. She's at 21. She's finding a lot of rejection. 22 is getting some pushback. Okay, so now I'm looking to see if we might even get her in the teens. 19. 15. 14. Okay. But again, shout out to us. Trade with the chart, not with your heart. 15 now. So she's getting rejected at our line right here. She's getting rejected at our line. That 25 pop, if I'd have gotten that 25, I could have rolled it up to about 30 something and then got out because my stop loss, my 5% stop loss would have kicked me. But I didn't get the entry. It didn't happen. So then I didn't FOMO in. MACD looked like it's trying to cross down a little bit. I'm looking at the sell side of this option. Family, is thousands of sales coming in. It's at 15, 14, 13. And now we're headed towards the early entry on a put. So maybe we'll be able to enter on that. For now, again, trade with the chart, not with your heart. She's at 14. Okay, it's 15. Let's see. So we do have the MACD coming down a little bit. RSI is kind of normal-ish. The sell side of this option is getting a little crazy. 15 has 2,000 orders. All right. So I'm going to try to enter it. The buyers are trying to push it back up. You see them right here on this long wick. Now, understand this. I'm not getting in yet. I am trying to play a little hot, but I know what we're in. We're in the gamble zone. So let's just go back on a refresher on that. Let me find that. Let me go let me look for it. Gamble zone, gamble zone. All right. Those of you that new here, the gamble zone is here. It's in between blue lines. You know how they say that trading options could be a gamble? That means they don't really know. A lot of people just be talking. They don't know what they're talking about. But when you're trading in between these blue lines, you're taking a gamble. So I call this the gamble zone. It's in between an early entry on a call and an early entry on a put. And this is why I was saying earlier that you will want to wait for confirmation. And to be honest with you, I almost had almost a home run. It would have been almost a home run if I would have able to get in on that 25, ride that wave up, and then it would have came down a little bit. Like it went up to like 38. It would have came down and kicked me out at like 30, 36 or something like that. Right? And then I would have got kicked out. So now, again, we don't get married to any direction. We are now looking for early entry on a put. Why? The chart is telling us this, right? We don't have to listen to getting stuck in one direction. We're not trying to get stuck in one direction. We're trying to say, okay, what is the chart telling me that I should be looking at? So now this one is at 8, but again, I'm not even in it anymore. I'm done. I'm not even like looking at that, I'll say. So now I'm going to looking for puts. And I'm looking at let's go and see what the 380 costs right now. $380 put expiration today. Didn't get it, but I want to see what it costs. 37, 34. So now, she didn't confirm into the early entry on a puts. She's bouncing around in the gamble zone. Bouncing around in the gamble zone. So what do? We wait. That's how it is. 1,500 people on a private live. Let's get it. We trading with the charts, family. You said the 390 strike no longer available. You just got to open it up more. Okay, I'm looking at the put. Now it's 29. But again, I didn't get it. I'm just watching charts. I know that I'm in the gamble zone. This is a gamble zone, means if you flip a coin, hey, it could go either way. We don't want to trade on that. We want to trade on confirmations and breakouts and breakdowns. But now we're in the gamble zone, which means it really could go either way. Do you even use Bollinger line? Listen, family, whatever indicator works for you, use it. But I tell you this, a lot of people like to make it super complicated when it's not. Right? And I'm not saying that's complicated, but you just reminded me of something. Way complicated, and it's not. Oftentimes, you're just waiting for your indicator to give you the indication. Okay, so I'm still looking at the put right now. I have no confirmation that I should get in one. Confirmation would exist below this line, not on it, below it. Now, if you got in the gamble zone and then it dropped on the put, yeah, you would make more, but you flipped a coin to do it. So the RSI is at 38, which means that we are near oversold, but not currently oversold. We're near it. And then we got the MACD. It has crossed down, which is a negative indicator. But right now, we just in the gamble zone, in the gamble zone. Why do I call this the gamble zone? You flip a coin. I'm not interested in trading over here unless I'm trying to do it crazy hot. Crazy hot. Somebody said Tesla to 100. If Tesla is tanking like that, let me just go and check real quick. 113. Yeah, Tesla. You say Tesla's come on. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Tesla, come on down. I actually do want to pick up some Tesla, but like low. It's funny how everybody believes in it when it's up and then don't like it when it's down. But again, I already told you, the range for the PE ratio to be like kind of normal compared to his peers is like 60. Like it's just the technicals or actually the fundamental analysis, to be honest. But let's go back to the SPY. Okay, so dang, she's breaking down. Yo, it was just 30 and now it's 60 almost. I'm looking at that same put, 380 January 3rd, 51 right now. But like I was telling you, if you trade in the gamble zone, you just flip a coin. You can't consistently win like that. You're going to win and then lose and then win and then lose. So what we like is confirmation. Confirmation, and if you get a false breakdown, your stop loss will kick you out. Let's see if we get some confirmation, baby. RSI is still not oversold, believe it or not. Still not. Okay, she's at 48, 49. We're on the line. On the line is not confirmation. 47, 46. I'm looking at the ask side, 45. On the 380, January 3rd, 30, 47. 49 again, 48. Okay, so let me see. 46. I'm trying to get locked and loaded. $45, so it's pushing up. Let's go to the 1 minute to get a quick granular look at what's happening right now. So a little bit of baby strength, right? A little bit of baby strength. Pushing up here. But it should encounter resistance up here. But you see the buyers on the 1 minute. They're trying to push her up. But this is the 1 minute. Don't take it too far. Now I'm starting to see a lot of sell orders on this at the 46 level. Seeing some buyers rolling in now too. Now she's at 44, 45, 42. I'm looking at the puts. However, I'm not in one yet. We are at the early entry on a put range. Okay. She broke down on me. I tried to jump in at 47, but she broke down on me. And now she's at 60. She broke down on me before I got to get in that one. But I'll see. All right, so let me just try to get an entry again. I didn't enter it yet, but I'm trying. So she's at 58, 53, 54. Maybe we could get another pump to the 40s. $55, $57. Yeah, she's just trying to move. It is what it is. So now, since I see the range that we're in, I'm going to try to get in at this 55. If I can. It's looking like I won't be able to. She's like trying to push to 60. 61. But again, we do have our confirmation. We're living below the line. She's just moving fast, family. That's what's going on. She says she's retracing. Yes, the current candle is a confirmation because it's below the line. So I'm just gonna try to jump in. I'll go baby half. I'll go half. And I'll try to get in. I'm trying to get in. I wanted to get in the 40s, but it just wasn't happening. So now that we're at 61. 62. Man, where's the RSI? RSI is just hitting 30. 64. She's leaving me. She's leaving me. And she's just pumping, family. She's pumping. She's pumping again to the low side. But we got the confirmation. I'm just being very patient with my entries. I'm trying to get in at a price I like, because if I see a price I like, I strike. And I see the price, and then the price change. However, we have been getting clear signals. This is an extremely clear signal of the confirmation. And it's working. 76. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. She's, going nuts. She's going nuts. And I would enter, but I tell myself I can't FOMO in. I can't FOMO in. Even though I can see a whole lot of money to be made on this wave right here, the RSI is not even oversold. I can't FOMO in. It's just not my style. It's just not my style. I was trying to get in on that. What was it? 45 or whatever. Nah, can't FOMO in. 45 I saw. Like 55, couldn't get it. You say you caught the train? Let's get it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. And it's still just barely oversold. Just barely. Just barely. But yeah, she is crashing. Crashing. From 40, that would have been an easy home run. Easy. She has 78 right now, 77. $80. She is going nuts. Yeah, she's going nuts. You got in at 44? Good. You said the spy is sneaky. Here we go. Pump, 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 pump. A little oversold on the RSI, so we getting a pump. But this looks like retracement up, not necessarily a reversal, which would mean, oh, it's time to go back into the calls. $57 again. 57, 56. So at this point, those of you that said you got in early, right? Understand this. You should have rolled. If you got in early, like you said, your stop loss, your 5% stop loss should have already kicked you out, like right here. And then you would have been in extreme profit. Extreme profit. Yep. Look, see him rolling in, kicked out, up 32%. So you see how it works. You see how it works. Now she's at 54, 55. Again, you see why I don't FOMO in? You FOMO in, you get smoked. Where are these numbers coming from? I'm looking at the 380. I'm looking at the 380 January 3rd put option. The strike is 380 January 3rd. She had 51. She headed back to the 40s. Yep, I'm seeing you. You say, yep, you out of it, 25% gain. That's what's up. But you see what I was saying? I wanted to FOMO in, but I tell myself, trade with the chart, not with your heart. But that would have been an extremely easy one. Rolling in, making the money. Like I tried to get in, I think it was like 57 or something. I would have been able to ride it up to like 70 something. And then my stop loss would have kicked me out way up. All right, so now she's at 57, 59, 58. We got a lot of sell orders coming in at this level. A little bit of buys too. But the sellers are there, and the sellers they're trying. They're sitting right here. You see these long wicks on the top? The sellers are trying. However, we're getting some buying momentum. The RSI is low, so it's trying to bounce, but we're getting some buying momentum. And actually starting to pump up again. A little bit of a pump. Right now she's 54, 53. RSI is a bit getting normal, getting a little cool. It's at 33, so it's not cool, but it's cooler. A lot of sell orders coming in on this option. So it's more of a battle right here, right? We're kind of battling right here with the sell orders on the order book. Let's go to the 1 minute to try to see what's going on. So on the 1 minute, we showing some short-term strength. We got one tall wick on the top, which is our sellers, but the buyers is really pushing up on the 1 minute. We don't trade the 1 minute. It's too risky. You trade I personally trade the 5 because the whole 1 minute chart is a gamble zone. All right. So now, yep, she's back at 54. She's at 56 now. Let me just check the 1 minute again, just to get a look. Okay. All right, 58. Let's see if we could get in at see if we could get in. Now she's 61. Okay, so she's starting at 64. She's starting to push again. 62. 61. I'm looking to try to get in. I didn't get in yet. Because I still see some strength right here, right? The RSI being so low and these green candles, people like that. But I'm trying to look and see if I could get a solid entry. 59. Now she's 64. Again, 63. All right, 61. Consolidating. She's consolidating. I'm looking at the 1 minute chart. 59. Now she's at 58. Okay. Yeah, she's consolidating. So I'm going to try to get in at this 59. Okay. I'm filled. Put my 5% stop loss on. 5% because we're in the range. We're still in under the blue. So we stick to the blue line right here again. I'm not trying to give you financial advice. I'm telling you how I'm rolling. Okay, right now I'm up about 200. 275. 400. Let's go. Okay. And it looks like my stop loss is going to kick me out soon. There's two things that I want to show you. So hold on. Yep, and I'm kicked out. There's two things that I want to show you. And I think this would be a great educational piece right here. Okay. So I always try to tell you, your stop loss should be the one to kick you out, right? So let me just show you something real quick before we try to get in. You said this is a great display of discipline. All right. Check me out. I'm going to share this to the screen. And this is why I put the Webull link on the top right here. So, all right, look at this. I got up at this point. When I got in, I posted it to Keenan Trades, right? Make sure you're paying attention to Keenan Trades on the Discord. And I got in at 50. She like jumped up to like 70, right? I got in, she jumped up to like 70. So it was quick. I'm looking to get in again on another trade, but she jumped up. It went up to like 400. It came back down to 350 and boom, I'm kicked out of it. But watch this. On Webull, I know people don't like Webull, blah, blah, blah. Once you click on the number, right? Once you click on, let me try to just go into it again, see what it costs right now. Once you click on the number, hold up, I might be able to get back in. You could click, what do you want your stop loss to be? 5%, 2%, 1%, 10%. You could click it. Right? You can click it. So, okay. She's at 65 right now. She's at 65. So I'm seeing weakness. This is a downtrend. Hold on, family. I'm trying to see something real quick. See if I can get into another one. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking back again at the 380 strike. Trying to stay, it's moving fast. I might even just change the strike. Let me just see what the price is right now. 380 strike is 74. I'm gonna move, right? I'm moving and I'm looking at the 379 now. I'm looking at the 379 put. Expiration today, January 3rd. It's right now, it's 50. 379 put. Expiration is today, right now. It costs 50 on the ask side. 51, 53, she's starting to move. 58, she's running. Jesus, she's running. 57, 56. All right, 55. I'm gonna see if I could get in at 56. Okay, I got in at 56 into that one. And again, my people who are here, remember, this stuff is options. It's extremely high pace. This is why I put the classes out, so that you can learn. And I show you how to do the lines so that you can learn as well. And I'm posting them all of the trades to Keenan's Trades. So I'm in my second one now. Remember, I switched to the 379. Now it's up 14%. Let's go, 17%. So now I got to move my stop loss up. All right, here we go. 20%. So, all right, I'm going to try to take a picture to just give you an understanding as to what I'm doing, right? So, all right, let me go to sell to close, and I'm on Webull. So now I changed my order to a stop order. All right, so I want to show you this. Okay. It's extremely high pace. So let me send this to the screen now. I got to share it. All right. See these real quick. I don't want to share the other one. I want to share the 379. I got it. Okay, I'm going to share this with the screen, and we're going to just go over this lesson real quick. So now, this is what I want you to see again. You see how the price, it gets up to 360, whatever. If you click on, so I'm on, my order was a limit. I changed it to a stop. And then this blue highlighted box where it says 65, I click on it. And then it asks me, what numbers? 5%, 10%, 2%, or even a 1%. What do I want my stop loss to be? And then I click the number. So y'all wondering, like, Keen, how you calculating this so fast? I click the number, and then it calculates it for me automatically. So then I can get kicked out when I'm up. right? This is the 379. You see how fast paced it is, right? And I posted it, this one, to Keenan's Trades. I put the timestamp in it too, so you can see the receipts. Honestly, they come in with the timestamp because it's Discord, right? It marks it. So now, how do you set up a trailing stop loss? In Webull, it doesn't let you. So what I do is, like I was showing you, when I put the negative 5%, it kicked me out like that. What I got to go and do is, at that point, I got to say this. Oh, so it gives me, let's say, where was that? Over here. It tells me, yo, you want to get kicked out up this percent. Boom. You're going to, where is it? Where is it? You want to get kicked out 5%. Let's say that's 65. Now, once this thing start running up and this 66 turns into 70, it turns into 80. I'm just going over here and I'm clicking plus, 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 or whatever. Or you could just use these down here. But I just say, okay, I got in at 55, kick me out. Let's use an example right here because it's here. 65, right? 65. But my stop loss is the one keeping me. So let's go back and let's see what the charts are doing right now. So then the first trade, I was able to get 350. And then the second trade, I was able to get 275. However, today is hot, family. Today is hot. Today is super hot. Let's see what we can do on the third. Let's see what we can do on the third. So now I'm looking at, it's 62 right now. I'm looking at the 379 again. I'm looking at the 379 again. Today is hot. My guy Corey said he just lost twice. Did you get stopped out? Okay, so she's 363 right now, 364, 366. Nah, she's 368. She's going crazy. I think I might be willing to try to get in this at about 360. Oh man, she's past the 60s now. She's in the 70s. She's in the 70s. 370. I keep saying 3. The 379 put January 3rd is what I'm looking at. And now I'm looking at a 75 price. However, I was trying to get in the 60s. And then she's just falling and falling and falling. She's about to be in the 80s. But we're getting to psychological level of resistance. Jesus, yo, family. You put a RIP in the chat for the SPY. RIP in the chat for the SPY. Crazy. Rebecca said this. Keenan, I'm lost. She said, I'm looking at today's dates, calls or puts. The numbers are not matching. You may have to open up your range. You may have to open up your range. You may not be able to see all of the options, but you should be able to because we're looking at 379. It should be close. But yep, psychological level of support is coming at about 380. Hopefully we could go through it, burn through it. Dang. I'm a little upset. I got stopped out, but hey, a win is a win. A win is a win. I got stopped out and now I'm out of the trades, but I got stopped out up of my put. Man, the SPY is a wrap. Ooh, she's still pumping, family. She's still pumping. The 379 is now 100. She said, so use that instead of a stop limit. Yeah, I use my stop order, not the limit order. I use a straight up stop. Oh yeah, look, psychological level of support. We're on the 1 minute again. Let's back out a little bit. Notice we still have not hit this low from yesterday. If this happens, this is when the news is going to be going nuts. When you confirm under this, they'd be like, man, it's over for the SPY. The worst start of a year ever. That type of stuff. Big tech getting smacked. I believe it. Okay, so this 379, they got all the way up to 100. Now it's back down to 80. When we first started looking at it, I want to say she was in like maybe the 60s range. The 60s range somewhat. The RSI is on fire. It is hot. It is very hot. You said 40%, 66 to 1. I'm telling you, family. I'm telling you. Straight up like that. All right, so family. You said that was fast. It's very fast. You stopped out at 94%. Let's go. Shout out to you, family. So look, so far, because it happened so quickly, I got up 350. I could have been up more than that, but I got stopped out. Then I got stopped out 275. I gotta go get my haircut. Please explain psychological level of support. People have limit. They say, yo, if SPY hit 380, they just got it set. Like they, you know, people who ain't really trading like that, and they just say, I'm gonna buy SPY at 380. Their limit orders are at round numbers. 380 is a round number. So imagine everybody's right here saying, they just all these limit orders saying, yeah, I'm gonna buy it at 380. And then the limit order fills whether you are waiting and looking or not. So then they usually get hit at round numbers. Because have you ever set a limit order that was like 383? You know what I'm saying? 377. No, you would probably just pick 380 or 375 or a round number like that. So, okay. Hey Siri, what is 350 plus 275?
The answer is 625.
625. I could do a third trade, but I'm not going to because I don't think I got the time. I had to go get my haircut real quick. What was that? 625. 625. Again, I post all of my entries on Keenan's Trades, so you can see that they are legit and you can hear me talking about it in real time. So let me just try to, I don't even know. Where's that? I don't know. I'll do it later. So today's Tuesday. All right. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Is it normal? 20% of the time get kicked out immediately. If you're getting kicked out immediately, it makes me wonder what your stop loss is exactly, family. That's what it makes me wonder. So now, do you see how hot some days can be? Not every day is like this, right? But what you got to do is this. If you stick to the plan and you know how to set your blue lines and your red lines like this. You remember earlier, right? We got our confirmation here. Just riding a put down, 5% stop loss, you would have made a lot of money, right? Up here, we were trying to get in. We didn't really get a confirmation because on the line is not confirmation. You got to technically be over it. And I wanted to get in on a 25 and ride it up and then get kicked out a little bit, stop lost out up, right? So now, if you're getting stopped out early, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Big dog, you are doing it right. If you get stopped out 20% of the time, that means it's just protecting you, right? So my guy asking me to do one more. I would love to, family, but I got to go get my haircut. I would love to. I would love to. And I feel like I wouldn't have the appropriate time to be patient. You know what I'm saying? I would be rushing. So I don't think that would be the best idea. However, you said fix your last Thursday date. I messed that up. Because I copy and paste. Thursday. Maybe. I'll come back to that. I appreciate you. What is it? The 29th, right? Let me just check. 29th. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, family. Appreciate you. Enter twice. 60% gain, 70% gain. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, family, look. So now we hit that psychological level of support. That would be our white line, right? We don't really use that one too much, but we know it exists. That would be our white line because we know people's limit orders are there. So again, remember, do you see how when you put your green lines and your blue lines, it's a simple plan. It's a simple plan. You just literally got to say, okay, I have a plan. I'm going to follow it. If I get in here, I use my 5% stop loss, right? If I hit a psychological level of support, I know I'm probably going to get stopped out. So family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If this is moving fast for you, understand this is how options is. Keep coming to the live streams. Keep your eye on Keenan's Trades when I get in on the live stream. That's where I do it. Make sure you're taking the classes, especially those of you who like, man, what do you mean by 389 strike? What do you mean by the ask and the bid? Make sure you're taking the classes and take the quizzes. It's super important. But everybody here, I want to just give y'all, hold up. Let me give y'all a big round of applause, because understand this. There are so many people on YouTube who tell you about this and tell you about that, but they never show you them in the field. They never show you in the trenches. So I just want to give y'all a huge round of applause. Huge round of applause to the family, because you know what? You are doing what it takes to really see what it's like to be a trader, right? To be a trader. Now, let's be clear. I'm an investor, but I know how to trade, and I know how to trade responsibly. And that's what you're learning here today too. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. You're going to see this looking a little bit better. Take care.